Who is the Grindmaster Cecilware C1S16 cold beverage dispenser actually good for? Who should walk away? And does its price make sense for the average homeowner? If you're the type who throws a backyard barbecue once a month and wonders whether a dedicated drink station is overkill, you're probably hesitating right now. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last week watching how these units are set up at small event venues, reading the handful of buyer comments that exist, and weighing the visual appeal against the everyday hassle of cleaning and storage. Let's break down whether this specific model lives up to the hype or simply looks good on a shelf. First off, the biggest fear most people have with a beverage dispenser is the "what if I never use it again" scenario. You buy a sleek piece of equipment, it sits in a corner, and the money you spent could have gone toward a better grill or a set of patio chairs. The C1S16 tries to address that anxiety with a few concrete points. The most noticeable is the G-Cool graphics on the front panel, a stylized logo and color scheme that actually makes the unit feel like a permanent fixture rather than a novelty. In a real-world setting, that visual cue can be a conversation starter at a family reunion or a small office gathering. You won't have to hide it behind a cupboard. It stands proudly on a countertop or a portable prep table, signaling that you're ready to serve cold drinks without pulling out a bunch of individual bottles. Another practical consideration is power. The dispenser runs on standard voltage, meaning you plug it into any regular outlet without needing a dedicated circuit or a transformer. For most homeowners, that eliminates a hidden cost that can pop up with larger commercial-grade machines. I've seen a few setups where people tried to run a similar dispenser off a 120-volt line and ended up tripping the breaker because the unit actually demanded a higher amperage. The C1S16 specifications list voltage compatibility that matches typical kitchen or garage outlets, which is a relief if you're not planning a full electrical remodel. Now, let's talk about the warranty. Grindmaster Cecilware backs this model with a manufacturer warranty, which, while not a magic bullet, signals that they expect the unit to survive the regular wear and tear of a busy household or a small office. When you're deciding whether to drop a few $100s on a dispenser, a warranty can be the safety net that turns a risky impulse buy into a measured investment. It's especially reassuring if you're the sort of person who forgets to clean appliances promptly. The warranty gives you a little breathing room to sort out any early-stage issues without immediate out-of-pocket costs. So, who should actually consider buying the C1S16? If you host regular gatherings, think weekly family game nights, monthly potluck dinners, or a small sports-watching crew that prefers iced tea, lemonade, or pre-mixed cocktails, the dispenser can save you a lot of time. Instead of juggling several pitchers and ice buckets, you pour straight from the tap, which also reduces the mess on your table. In a small office, the unit becomes a low-maintenance refreshment hub. Employees can grab a chilled drink without leaving the floor, which subtly boosts morale. The key here is frequency. The more often you need a steady flow of cold beverages, the more that upfront cost spreads out into perused savings. Conversely, if your social calendar is sparse, maybe you only have a couple of holiday parties a year, this dispenser might sit idle for most of the year. The same holds true for renters who can't commit to a permanent fixture or for people with limited countertop space. The unit's footprint, while not massive, does occupy a dedicated area, and storing it out of sight when not in use could become a hassle. For those buyers, a simple pitcher and a cooler could be more cost-effective and less demanding on storage. When it comes to practical strengths, the G-Cool graphics are more than skin-deep. They're printed with UV-resistant ink, which means the branding won't fade after a summer of outdoor use. I saw a demo where the unit was set up on a patio table under direct sunlight for an entire afternoon, and the graphics held up without any noticeable bleaching. That kind of durability is useful if you plan to move the dispenser between indoor and outdoor settings. Another strength is the straightforward cleaning process. The dispenser's design includes a removable drip tray and a wide opening at the top for hand washing. You don't need specialized cleaning solutions. A mild soap and warm water are sufficient, and the unit dries quickly, minimizing the chance of mold buildup, a common complaint with older models that have tight, hard-to-reach crevices. On the flip side, the C1S16 does have a few trade-offs that you need to weigh. First, the lack of temperature control knobs or a digital readout means you're relying on the built-in cooling mechanism to maintain a reasonable chill, but you can't dial in a precise degree. In practice,